First time I saw Simon was on the Whistler Glacier up in the summer camps, and he was about, I think he was 15 or 16 years old. And I actually saw him riding in a video. I wasn't even up there. It was Kevin Sansalone's video. And he only had 2 tricks in that video. And sometimes you can see a rider and you can only see him do 2 tricks and you just know if he has good style or not, or you know how talented he is just by watching like 2 tricks. And I knew he was good. So I talked to Kevin, then I phoned Simon. And Simon was in grade 11 at the time in high school. So Simon, we just sent him some boards and saw what he was doing, and that's kind of where we took it from there, I guess. The Nixon Jib Fest, with all our riders on Stepchild, what we do is we sit them down and we ask them what their goals are for the year. And then when they tell us what their goals are, and one of the things that Simon really wanted to do was go to the Nixon Jib Fest. And he's just at the time he was just a 16-year-old kid. And so he doesn't have any connections in snowboarding on how to get into a contest of that level. And so as a sponsor, we just try and help them reach those goals. And it was one of those things, like, I knew that if he got in the right place and people saw him ride, that they would see the same thing that I saw. And basically, I think he just rode in front of the right people at that contest, and they saw how he rode. And I think they had the same feeling as me when they saw him ride for the first time, because that's the effect that he has on you. You see Simon in these videos and you don't really think too much of it. You're like, wow, he's got a clean style. But actually, when you see him ride in real life, you realize how good he really is. And that's what happened down there at the Nixon Jib Fest, and I believe that's why he won. And when he phoned me all excited telling me that he won, I was happy for him, but at the same time I wasn't surprised. I knew if he got down there he would do really well. And so yeah, I was very proud of him when he won, but at the same time I wasn't surprised because I know the level of talent that he has. And I know that that's what happened to me when I was thrown in the limelight when I was 18 and I was put on the Lamar team. And one year I was traveling with all my friends in my local hometown, and then the next year I was like going to Europe with Sean Palmer and Craig Kelly, and those were like my heroes at the time, and I wasn't ready to meet those guys or ride with those guys or travel with those guys. And for me, what happened is I just drank. I drank all the time wherever I went, and that's what happened to me. So that's why I think that as a sponsor of Simon, you kind of gotta look at the kid and see if he's mentally stable enough to actually go on the road and start meeting these people that he's looked up to his whole life, and also if he's not going to turn into a drunken bum when he's traveling around wherever he goes, like what I did basically. And like Simon, he's got a good strong faith in God, and I think that's what pulls him through with a lot of his stuff at the same time. So yeah, he's a great kid, and I'm glad to be a part of his life, and I'm glad that he's riding for us. So I think Simon's future is huge. Like, he's going to make himself a huge name in snowboarding, and he already is, And then Simon's future in snowboarding as well. I think it's important for kids to look at someone that's not a partier and not doing drugs and not drinking beer, and he's got a great attitude and he's having fun with what he's doing without those intoxicating influences have any effect on him, because he doesn't partake in that side of the sport, right? And I think he's a good ambassador for snowboarding. He sets a good example for younger kids coming up. So someone like that, someone that lives their life like that, is going to have a promising career in snowboarding, and they're going to have a good future.
Simon's future, because he trains and takes care of himself, he'll be in snowboarding for a while. And I know that Simon is going to be in the industry for a very long time, just because he's smart and he has people skills, and he's able to connect with people. And whether it's team managing, whether it's helping run Nomis, you know, he can do whatever he wants. I see good things. He's just going to become a better snowboarder every year. And next year is going to be huge for him because he's filming 2 video parts. And his career is just starting, I think. Because he's only 21. So he's got probably 9 more years of really, even longer maybe, of pushing it. So it'll be good.